And you had some DeFi information that you wanted to provide as well.
Yeah, so DeFi is really this new money system. And I wrote an article about it in Escape Artist Insiders, but it's this new money system that Bitcoin has already replaced gold, or it is aiming to enhance and replace gold in a way. Now, DeFi is this beast that is really this second layer that's built on top of Bitcoin and blockchain. Now with DeFi is up 1,200% in terms of the total value locked. So when you think about DeFi, you think about directly replacing some of the activities that banks do. So lending, borrowing, storing your money for you, and your ability to earn interest. And so people are really looking at DeFi solutions to be able to grow their savings, just because it really cuts that middleman of the banks out. Now, since 2021, or the total value locked, TVL, the amount of money that people are contributing to this DeFi system, and the more money in the system, the more it actually really helps everyone out in that ecosystem. You know, in a banking world, when you put your money in the bank, they make money off your deposits and you don't really get to participate in that. But in a DeFi world, you put your money in as a deposit and you directly get to participate. It's kind of like top-down wealth versus squad wealth on this side. So we're at about, $230 billion this year. And DeFi really only started very recently. So pretty interesting to see people choose to put their assets in DeFi instead of in the banks right now. But I mean, it kind of also makes sense because you make higher interest naturally.
That's very interesting that you brought that up. And I'm glad that you did mention that, because I think a lot of people don't realize how much money the bank makes on your money and your deposits, and you don't get any of that. How much do you get out of a savings account anymore?
So the national average for your savings is 0.06%. You know, one thing that I like to tell people is this happened March 2020. It used to be that if you deposited $100 in the bank, they were required to keep 10 of those dollars in cash. But as of March 26, 2020, that $10 they were required to keep is now actually zero. So what happens is you put your money in the bank and they're loaning it out effectively as many times as they need to, as many times as possible, making money on that money. And we don't get to participate in that at all. And that is a flawed system. So in the DeFi system, what's nice is that you put your money in that pool, right? They're called pools, liquidity pools, and you can directly benefit off the funds that are in there. And not only that, but if it is lent out to somebody else, it's not like that money is lent out, is being created, right? It's money that exists. So it's a very, very pure system of doing what already exists in the banks. And also it's mathematically sound. So you don't really necessarily need to trust that things are being done properly. You can verify for yourself.